Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are diving into lists. We'll learn how to store and manage multiple values in one place. So let's get into it. So a list is a collection of items. It could be numbers, strings, or even other lists, and you can also mix data types. So let's check this out with an example. I'll go ahead and declare a variable and let's store some values inside it. So I'll give apple, banana, and cherry. So this is a list, and if I print this list, I'll be able to see all the items inside the list. Let's run this and you can see all the items which we have in the list. You can also mix different data types in one list. So let's take another example. I'll declare another variable. Let's name it as random. So I'll give a number here and then I'll give some strings and even a boolean. Let's go ahead and print this. Now if I run this is still gonna work. Now let's see how we can access any specific item inside the list. So list uses indexes which starts from 0. So if this is your list, the index for the first element will be 0 and then for the second element it's gonna be 1 and for the third element it will be 2 and so on. So let's say here if I only want to access the second element of the list, I would write something like this, type in square brackets and then mention the index. So if I say 1, let's save this and run this. I'll get the second element. And if I wanted the first element, I would give the index as 0. If I run this, I'll get the first element. And let's say if you try to access an index that doesn't exist, you'll get an error. So let's say here we have 0, 1, 2. So let's try and access 3. Let's save this and run this. You can see the error list index out of range. Now let's check how you can modify the list. You can update, add or remove elements easily from the list. So let's remove this for now. We'll first check replace. So let's say if I want to replace banana with blueberry. So I'll type in something like this, fruits. I'll mention the index and then I'll give the new value. I'll just put a comment here. This was replacing the value. Now if we print fruits, we'll not see banana but we'll rather see blueberry. Let me save this and we'll go ahead and run this. So now you can see we have blueberry in place of banana. And let's say if you want to append a new value in the list, you can do that as well using the append function. So we'll mention something like this, fruit dot append and then mention the value. So let's say orange, but this function is going to append at the end. So let me put a comment. Now if I run this, we'll see an extra value at the end, which is orange. Now let's say if you want to add an element at a specific position. So for that, you can use insert function. We'll do it something like this. So mention the list, use the function insert, and then you need to mention the position and the value. So let's say if I mention grape. So now this is going to insert grape at index position 1. So let's run this. So you can see index position for apple is 0 and for grape is 1 and then so on. And similarly, in order to remove an element from the list, we can use remove function. For that, let's say list name dot remove, and then you need to mention the element name. So let's say I want to remove apple. Let's save this and run this. So now you will not see apple inside this. So this is how you modify a list. Now let's see how we can loop through list. Right now, whatever the output you are seeing, it is printing all the list, but it also has this square brackets, right? But let's say if you want to print all the items one by one, then how would you do it? You would have to write a loop, right? So let's just go ahead and use for loop for that. So I will iterate over this list. And if you remember the previous session, to write a for loop, we'll start it like this. Mention the keyword for and then mention a counter. You can give any name. Here I will just give fr and then int, and I want to iterate over fruits. Put a colon to start the block and then print the counter value. Let's run this now. So now you see all the items got printed one by one. Now let's see how we can get the length of the list. So let's say if you want to figure out what is the length of this list, we can go ahead and use the len function. So if I just print and then use this function length and I'll mention the list name, and if I run this now, I will get the length of this list. So it is 3 because it has 3 items. Although the indexing starts from 0, but in order to figure out the length, you will start with 1. So that is how it is 3. Let me put a comment here, number of items. Now let's understand slicing. So I'll go ahead and add few more items to the list and then we'll try out the slicing. So I'll append orange and I'll also append blueberry. Now we'll get a sublist from this list. So I'll write something like this, print and then list name. So here you need to mention the starting index and the end index. So I want to start from index 1 and end at index 3. That is how I want to get a sublist from this list. So let's just go ahead and run this. So now you can see 0, 1, it started from banana, and then 2, cherry. It's going to include the first index position value, but it will not include the last index position value. So slicing will help you to get a part of the list. Now let's go ahead and try something more with list. So I'll create a list of numbers. Let's give few numbers here. Let's say 10, 20, 30 and 40. So we want to add all the numbers inside this list. So for that, the first step is to run a loop over this list so that we can take out each and every element and then keep on calculating the total. So for that, let's also declare another variable as total and initialize it with 0. Then we'll write the loop. So let's declare a counter in numbers. put the colon to start the block. Now this will keep on giving you each and every element. You have to keep on adding that to the total. So here we can write something like this. Total is equals to total plus num, because this holds the value. And at last we'll just print the total. So this is a very common pattern, looping through list to calculate total or process any sort of data. Now let's just go ahead and run this. So we got the total value. You can also check whether a particular element exists inside a list or not. So let me just remove this. So let's say if I have this list and if I want to check if this list contains blueberry or apple or orange, so I can write something like this. If, let's say, banana in fruits. So if banana exists in fruits, then we'll just print something. Let's run this. And yes, it is there. But if I try something else and run this now, it won't print anything, right? We don't have an else statement. So this is how you can check the membership of an element inside a list. So here's a mini challenge for you. Go ahead and create a list of your top 5 favorite movies and print each one using a for loop. So that's it for the list. Lists are one of the most useful tools in Python. So next up, we will cover list methods and how to manipulate them even more. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep coding.